megaforce that is Disney is slowly acquiring other studios. But the good news is, some of our favorite Fox characters may now have a major place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, including the one and only Wolverine. That's right, Henry Cavill might just be jumping ship from DC to take on the role of the Wolverine. But when is the classic Claude character most likely to appear next? And does this mean that Henry Cavill is hanging up his Superman cape for good? Marvel boss Kevin Feige has confirmed mutants will appear in Marvel, and Cavill has confirmed that he doesn't want to be done with Superman quite yet. So what does this mean for the character? Let's go over all the details of Cavill's new adventure in the MCU, plus we'll explore how the mutants will be making their Disney Plus debut a lot sooner than you might think. Disney officially closed the deal to acquire 20th Century Fox's film and TV assets in spring 2019, which spurred a new hope for Marvel fans that the X-Men and Fantastic Four would eventually be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel has done crossovers before and proved that the studio can share sometimes. Tom Holland's Spider-Man is a perfect example of this, as Sony's deal with Marvel allows the web-slinger to appear in Marvel films while still having his own solo Sony movies. But now that Disney owns 20th Century Fox, crossovers with Fox properties would be even easier for the studio. And why wouldn't Marvel want to breathe new life into the iconic X-Men? After last year's less than popular Dark Phoenix, it's time for a new studio to try their hands at movies featuring the mutants. As of yet, nothing has been confirmed. Largely because Disney's subsidiary Marvel Studios couldn't even start planning for the mutants' eventual introduction to the MCU until the deal had closed. But there are rumors circulating that DC's Superman Henry Cavill is in talks to be MCU's first Wolverine. And of course, fans have attached themselves to these reports and are busy creating amazing fan art featuring the Witcher actor with Wolverine's signature claws. We've got to admit, even though this is just fan art, it has us super excited to see Cavill in full costume as the epic character. The MCU would definitely need a new Wolverine if they were to include the mutants in their films. After 2017's Logan, Hugh Jackman hung up his claws for good. While Jackman's portrayal of the classic character would be incredibly hard to top, Henry Cavill has proven himself a powerhouse actor with a skill for major blockbusters, appearing in major franchises like Mission Impossible and even a mega television series, The Witcher. He's also proved that he doesn't mind being busy, so don't put it past the actor to try and juggle multiple roles. While Cavill rocks the chiseled body and dark hair that Wolverine is known for, plus he looks great with a mustache and a scruffy beard, fans have pointed out that it's time for all the tall actors to take a seat and let a short actor portray the famously 5'3" character. Henry Cavill is 6'1", which makes him just a little shorter than Hugh Jackman, who is almost a whole foot taller than Wolverine at 6'2". But what do you think? Would you be upset if we got another tall Wolverine? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Even if fans aren't entirely happy with the new casting choice, we wouldn't put it past Marvel to want to poach one of DC's biggest stars. While films like Batman vs Superman and Justice League fell short of being critical masterpieces, Cavill is a hot ticket right now. Netflix's The Witcher was a bona fide hit and is currently filming its second season, and there's likely to be many more after that if it keeps up its momentum. But it all depends on how loyal Cavill is to DC, whether he would be allowed to do both, and whether or not DC is feeling particularly attached to the actor. So will we be seeing any more of Cavill's Superman on the big screen? If Cavill doesn't appear as Wolverine in the MCU, there's a good chance he'll keep the role of Superman for future DC films. In fact, the actor is pretty possessive of the character, which seems pretty typical of the actor, given how possessive he is of his Witcher character Geralt. Back in November 2019, he told Men's Health that the Superman cape is in the closet, it's still mine. The actor was even supposed to make a cameo in DC's Shazam, but couldn't because of scheduling conflicts. But the actor also expressed his desire to keep Superman true to his roots, saying, "There are a lot of real, true depth to the honesty of the character I want to get into. I want to reflect the comic books. That's important to me. There's a lot of justice to be done for Superman." Since then, there has been no official reports and talk about a Man of Steel 2 or any other appearances by Superman in the DC universe. So if DC doesn't want to stay as true to Superman's roots as Cavill does, it's very possible that the actor might make a move over to Marvel. We're sure the actor isn't short on film opportunities, but joining Marvel would definitely cement his place as a blockbuster superstar. Reports have surfaced saying that talks are breaking down and that another Superman film won't be developed for a few more years. But if that's the case, DC might want to go with a new Superman. They replaced Ben Affleck's Batman with Robert Pattinson, who will appear in DC's upcoming The Batman. They've also replaced the majority of the Suicide Squad cast for a remake of the film only 5 years after the last one was released. If habits are anything to go by, DC isn't scared to push Cavill out and revamp the Man of Steel. But what does Cavill have to say about the status of the next Superman movie? Well, not a whole lot. His only words so far are, "You'll see." Alright Henry, we'll be waiting. So will Henry Cavill be in Marvel's Phase 4, or will his appearance be a little later down the line? Just Jared reports that he might actually have a role in Captain Marvel 2, but take this news with a grain of salt. It seems to be too early for the star to appear and there are no reliable sources confirming the news. There are also rumors that Wolverine will appear in the upcoming Captain Marvel comics with Carol Danvers, set for release in April. So we'll have to wait for April to see if there's any substance to these rumors. But even if these reports aren't true, it doesn't rule out that Henry Cavill and Brie Larson will eventually share the screen together in the MCU, but we'll probably have to wait for 2020's Comic-Con to see if Marvel has a panel and is willing to spill more details about the mutants' future in the cinematic universe. With Marvel trying to focus on some smaller characters for films like Guardians of the Galaxy and The Eternals, it seems like they might ease into debuting Wolverine in their universe. Considering Wolverine was a de facto protagonist in his own 3 solo movies as well as all but 2 of the main X-Men movies, we can expect Marvel Studios to put him in the back burner for a while as they focus on characters who have yet to be put under the spotlight. This would make Wolverine a great entry into Marvel's Phase 5 or 6, and also give Cavill a chance to film The Witcher while continuing his role as Superman. But luckily, there are some other mutants that are more likely to make their appearance in the Marvel Universe, and their debut is a lot closer than we might think. Set photos from Marvel's television series Falcon and the Winter Soldier contains a sneaky little Easter egg. That line and crescent moon design on the wall looked exactly like the Madripoor flag. Madripoor is an island in the X-Men universe where criminals go to escape prosecution, thanks to their handy extradition laws. It's been the source of a few mutant battles in the comics. Wolverine himself has frequented the island. Another hint at Madripoor making an appearance comes in the form of an anonymous 4chan user's claim that he knows the plot details for the first episode of the Disney Plus series. While there's no solid proof to his claims, they do make a lot of sense. First of all, he says that US agent will be given Captain America's shield by the government, which makes sense since actor Wyatt Russell has been on set decked out in full Captain America gear. A video has even leaked of Bucky and US agent filming a fight scene, which fuels past reports that there might be some tension between Sam, Bucky, and the new Captain America. The plot summary also reveals that X-Men villain Omega Red will appear and that Bucky and Sam will fight him in Madripoor. Photos of Omega Red have leaked that suggest the character will definitely be in the new television series. If so, this will mark the first mutant to officially be in the Marvel universe, and we're sure he'll be the first of many. If the series takes the heroes to Madripoor, other mutants could have a few cameos in the series. Marvel's Kevin Feige has confirmed that what goes on in the Disney Plus shows will cross over into the cinematic universe. So let's all keep our eyes on some of these new Marvel television shows for some idea about what mutants we can expect to make their Marvel films debut. Kevin Feige confirmed the eventual arrival of X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2019 during San Diego Comic-Con. He coyly told the audience that there's no time left to talk about mutants and how mutants fit into the MCU, but that just means that they have a lot of work to do to get things right. If we have to wait for Marvel to take their time with their mutants portrayals, then at least we can be sure that the studio is taking their time with these iconic characters. As for the Fantastic Four, Feige is sure there will be an eventual Fantastic Four film under the Marvel umbrella. Of course, confirming that a Fantastic Four movie is only the first step. From here, it'll be about who the writer and director are, as well as who the 4 cast members will be who will star as Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing. Since news about the mutants came at the very end of the Marvel panel, it's probably going to be a long time before we get a confirmed cast of mutants. But Marvel is full of surprises, so cameos and quick appearances aren't entirely out of the question. To get our mutant fix before then, we might just have to deal with a rewatch of the current mutant classics. The next time we'll see any X-Men is in the 20th Century Fox's The New Mutants, which was in development and filmed before the studio was bought by Disney. Now that it's officially being sent to theaters, it's possible that the film will contain a couple of clues about the mutants' future in the MCU. You can catch The New Mutants on April 3rd, 2020 and see if Disney slipped any Easter eggs into the film during post-production. As for Cavill, while his future as Wolverine isn't confirmed, we might get to see the star reprise his villainous role in the next Mission Impossible, and of course he'll grace our screens in The Witcher Season 2, and expect an eventual Superman cameo in the actor's future if not a brand new film. The ideal situation would be if Henry Cavill could continue being the Man of Steel, while also being Marvel's new Wolverine. But like Cavill himself warns, we'll have to wait and see. Will any of the other Disney Plus series contain some mutant cameos? With WandaVision, Loki, and What If all set to join Falcon and the Winter Soldier through 2020 and 2021, there's a good chance we could see more mutants. When filming gets underway for all of these highly anticipated Marvel shows, we can look forward to more casting announcements, set leaks, and theories galore, but we'll be sure to keep you up to date on all of the latest Marvel news.
Do you bleed?
Are you excited for Henry Cavill to be the new Wolverine? What other mutants do you hope to see in the MCU? Let us know all your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to CBR for more. Thanks for watching and see you next time.